back to another episode of Spring Moment. My name forever remains Kaba. I want us to discuss something very important as usual. My topic is entitled Pursuing Dreams Through Passion. Pursuing dreams through passion. I believe we all have dreams. But my question is, how do we realize these dreams? How do we come about these dreams? How do we get to know these aspirations, these things we want, things we love? And after realizing them, how do we pursue them? What steps do we take in order to go about it? How do we do it? How do we make these dreams become realities? How do we actualize them? And above all, how do we encourage others to also go for what they love to do? The topic, I repeat again, is pursuing your dreams through actions. Pursuing dreams through passion. Everyone has something he or she loves to do. We all have one thing or the other that nothing can stop us from doing. Then again, how do you realize these things? Most of the times, we start something, we get to the middle, and then you get stuck. You start something, you get to the middle, you lose hope. You start something, you get to the middle, and you get discouraged. It's not always because you can't do it, not always because there are financial problems, not always because there are pull downs or blockages, hindrances, etc. No. Most at times, it is the zeal, the passion. Is this thing really what you want to do? Is it really something you love? Have you thought about this thing? How often do you do it? How often do you practice it? How much are you into it? How enthusiastic are you about it? If you sit down and ask yourself these questions, then you'll realize, is it really my dream? Do I have passion for it? If you dream about it, you don't work towards it. You don't know how much you love it, how enthusiastic you are about it. There will never be that zeal, that passion to go for it. As I said earlier, you can't just dream to be someone, to be something, dream to have something, dream to be able to do something, and you sit idle, don't practice it, don't work on it, don't read about it, don't try doing it. No. And expect it to work, expect it to become a success, expect it to have all the hills that you foresee or all the hills that you envision. No. Before something gets to that stage, it is always backed up with a drive, a zeal, a passion. And that's why I decided to entitle it Pursuing Your Dreams Through Passion. Let me use myself as an example. I was just there and I got a message from a friend. Hey Kaba, what's up? We have this deal. We want you to be part of it. This and this is what it entails. You do this, you do that. It sounded interesting. And I jumped into it. Initially, just for the fun of it. I liked it. Just being there, people knowing me, going all out, being me, doing my usual thing. Along the road, I realized I am really getting deep into this thing. And I'm loving it. I didn't really understand why. Because I never found this type of zeal or enthusiasm within me. But I just realized my sudden love for this thing. So I began to develop more and more interest in it. Even when I'm not needed, I'm there. Even when it's not my time, I'm there. Even when I've not been called, I am there. I could forget my books, go do this thing, forget every other important thing, and go do this other thing. So it went on and on and on and on and on. To the extent that even people outside the group, people outside that particular group I was working with, realized, no, Kaba, you really like doing this thing. You really love doing this thing. You are actually going deep into this thing. So I wouldn't mind even forsaking class to go and do this thing. Personally, I was baffled. So I got deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, to the extent that I took the front lead, steering, managing, bringing ideas, brainstorming, doing a whole lot of things. It got to a point, it was as if I was on everybody's toes. I wanted to ensure, even if it's not my part, whatever the others were doing should be just perfect. I started correcting people. I started telling them, no, don't do it this way, do it that way, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. I remember my favorite quote was, if it must be done, it must be done well. I got so much involved into this that I couldn't just watch them go astray, go out of the line, go out of the usual plan, do something different out of what we are supposed to do. And most of the times I agree, I ended up even stepping on toes and, getting people angry. But then to me, I felt this burning desire, this burning passion to do it well. Let's do it well. Let's not just do it anyhow. Let's not just do it as we want just because this person says we should do it this way, or this person did it before last year, so we should just go that same way, or this person is the boss, so we should just listen to him all the time, even if what he's talking is not good, what he's talking about is not beneficial, what he's bringing on board wouldn't help us. I just wanted it the perfect way. Surprisingly, no one understood me. They thought I was just overreacting or going the extra mile. But yes, of course, I was going the extra mile because I felt that burning desire. I felt that burning sensation. I felt that zeal to do it. And believe me, any observant person was able to tell me, Kaba, you really love this. Because it was a part of me that I had never realized. I never knew I had such passion within me until that very initiative my friend talked to me about. But that sort of fire I went into with it, that sort of fire I went into it with was so amazing. So amazing. But as I said, mostly, if you just dream and you sit and wait for an inspiration to fall before you act upon it, the dream never becomes a reality. You have to do something. You have to work towards it. You have to act. And not just act. Let it be backed up with passion. And that's what I was doing. And people did not understand. People thought it was just, oh, give us a break. Let's take it slowly. Let's do it anyhow. But that was not the feeling I was getting. And so, of course, some will get angry. Some will get bored. Some will think, this girl is being too known and all that. But it never bothered me. I took it upon myself to push harder and harder until that burning desire inside me becomes a reality, until I was able to do what I felt within me. And yes, I did it. I did it. Even though the circumstances surrounding it was strong, difficult, there were a lot of hindrances, there were a lot of problems. Sometimes you had to get angry at some people. Sometimes you have to just push people so hard, not to offend them, but to just get them active and do what you want to do, or just get them active to work towards what you want. Most times they do not even see your vision. They're just doing it because you said they should do it. They're just doing it because everybody is doing it. But you being you knowing what you want, you knowing where the inspiration is coming from, you knowing the zeal, the type of fire burning inside you, people will never understand you. Only you know what you want to achieve. And that's quite, sometimes it's quite hectic. And that's why I've put together some salient tips to help others know how to realize your dreams, passion, aspirations, and pursue it. Build upon it. Make it a reality. Number 1, passion is not discovered through thinking. You can't just sit, think. Whoa, I can do this, I can do that. I wish I'll be like this woman. I wish I'll be like this lady, this gentleman. I wish I can achieve this in life. And it happens. No. You have to work for it. You have to work towards it. You don't just think about it, presume, assume, imagine, and it comes into reality. You have to work. Work for what you want to be. Work for that desire. Work for that burning sensation inside you. Passion does not just come by sitting and waiting for some sort of miracle, some sort of inspiration, some sort of hope. No. Once you have it, once you dream of this thing, I want to buy a car next year. Okay, that's my dream. So I work towards it. I work towards it. I don't sit, wake up in the morning, I want to buy a car, I want to buy this car, sleep, wake up the next morning, I want to buy this car, I want to buy this car. No, my dear, you have to work towards it. How do I do this? How do I go about it? How do I purchase this car that I want to get? You don't just assume it and it happens. No. Passion isn't something you have. It's something you develop. Yes, as I said, I didn't know I could be so interested in that particular thing I was involved with, sorry. But after getting involved, doing the first part, second part, the next time, the next and the next, I realized I love it. I realized I was sinking deep into it. I realized I have this due to do more and more. And so I started building upon it. I started developing it. I started reading more, doing researches, asking questions. A lot. Because that moment when you get to know, this is what I want to do, this is what I love to do, this is how I want to do it, you go the extra mile to make it happen. Think of it as falling in love. You don't just sleep in bed and expect a nice, tall, well-statured gentleman to appear in your room and fall in love, or for you to fall in love with him. No. Rather, you go out, interact with people, share ideas, meet new people, talk, see different and other side of people, how people think, how different people act in different ways, different characters, different behaviors, etc. That is the only time you can know whom to associate with and whom to get stuck with. The same with dreams and passions. As I said, I dream of buying a car next year, and I sleep in bed, I don't go to school, I don't do any coursework, I don't earn money, and I still want to buy a car next year. It's not happening. Only in the fantasy world. Now, getting distracted or distractions. After you've realized this dream, this passion, working on it, as I said, there'll be hindrances, there'll be blockages, the stress will be too much, you feel like giving up, you feel like being discouraged by a whole lot of issues. Those distractions, never allow them to change your course. Changing your course, changing the original set goal could be very dangerous. Why? Because you tend to totally forget what you initially wanted to do. You tend to totally drift from the original plan. Most of the times, things become even more difficult, even more hectic. The hardships become real. It's like starting all over again. Of course, sometimes starting all over again could help, but not in situations where you allow distractions to take over. Because if you allow distraction to take over, you start all over again. There's no assurance this new startup, this new start over, it's going to be smooth. There are still going to be distractions. So, are you going to leave that and start another one? How are you going to face those challenges? Are you going to keep letting distractions take over what you've already started, your goals, your plans, your achievements, and keep starting? Is that what you really want to do? It doesn't help. So what do? Be focused. Stick to the original plan. If this is what I set to go out to do this morning, make sure you accomplish it before you come home. If this is what I set to accomplish by the end of the month, make sure you finish, you have it before the month ends. If this is what I want to achieve, if this is what I want to have before the end of this year, let nothing distract you. No one said it was going to be easy, but the passion and the zeal behind, the passion and the zeal you started with, the burning desire you started with should always keep you on your toes. Not just on your toes, but should keep you going without letting anything distract you. No one said it's going to be easy. Nothing good comes easy. The problems, the challenges, the hindrances, they're going to be there. It depends on you and only you to make it happen. Passion also evolves. You started yesterday with 1 Ghana cedi, 100 Russian rubles, $10, and it's been going on for some time. Everything is okay, everything is in place. It doesn't mean you should stick to that. Passion evolves. Sometimes you crave for bigger things, just as the dreams grow. If you dreamt of buying a motorbike when you were 10, at 20, you should be dreaming of getting a car. If you dreamt of having a Kia at 15, at 25, you'll be aiming at a Mercedes. Why? It grows. So as the dream is growing, the passion that enables you to work towards that dream also evolves. That's why we should put much effort. You can't just say, I have little and so I dream little. I don't have enough and this is the only thing I can afford. I'm tired so I can't go the extra mile. No. Let the fuel drive you towards bigger things. If I say the fuel, I'm referring to that zeal inside you, that passion. Let it push you towards bigger things. You may not see the fruit of whatever you are doing now in the next 10 years or 20 years. It might even be later, even after your death. But then you would or might have made an impact. Don't settle for less. Don't be static. Evolve. Grow in your dreams, in your aspirations. Grow. And get that zeal to push that passion. Evolve. And make things happen. Talking about pursuing dreams through our passion does not just end there. The fact that you pursue your dreams, you act upon it with passion. If you can see that passion I use in mentioning passion, I use in saying passion, you should be able to feel that passion I'm talking about. It does not just end there. Don't be enthusiastic about something, get in the middle, just at the achieving end, and stop. Fight till the very end. Let it be a success. Let it be successful. Let that sun shine for everybody to see. For everybody to see it. For everybody to witness it. Don't just get stuck somewhere in the middle. Get tired. Be out of fuel. And that's it. No. Push harder. Work harder. Let it work. Let it be successful. And this, my dear, does not go for just one particular person. We can all do it. I started with something. I said, we all have dreams. We all have aspirations. We all have goals we want to achieve. We all have aims, targets we've set in life. But without actions, and actions without passion, we are never going to get there. Let's work harder. Pursue your dreams through passion. Thank you. We come your way tomorrow. Bye.